Alright, welcome back everybody. This is part 2 of the Battle of Stones River, otherwise known as the Battle of Murfreesboro to the folks in the South, because of the location where it was fought. And like many battles, if you're not familiar with the history of the Civil War, the northern press and northern armies tended to name battles after the nearest body of water, usually a creek or a river of some kind. The South tended to name them after the nearest town. Of course, one of the rare exceptions to that is Gettysburg, which was known by that on both sides. Just a shout out real quick to William O'Hare, who's one of my biggest supporters on this page. O'Hare, thank you so much for what you do, and just for all of your interaction. I really enjoy having conversations with you on these various battles and videos. And there you are, your unit, O'Hare's Ohio Outlaws, has suffered a lot of casualties, but has acquitted itself quite well so far. You can see, going into Stones River, 6,600 total losses, almost 18,000 kills, and obviously they've lost quite a bit again, but they're doing quite well. I'm going to do a few things real quick to kind of refit before I go back in. One of the things I wanted to point out is, and I'll see if I can find anybody where I can demonstrate this. Typically when you have a unit that's ready to be leveled up, you'll see that indicated. Now, when you're in the middle of a battle like this where you go back to the camp, it will not indicate that unless you click directly on it. I've already found a couple. Like here you go, right here. Hey, good. Right there you can see he's ready to be leveled up, but it does not indicate that here. So you have to just kind of go in and do that on your own if you do that in the middle of a battle. So I'm going to go ahead and... These guys have 1842s, but it's going to cost me to buy those. So I'm actually not going to go too high with them. I'm going to try to see if I have units that can be replaced for whom I already have available weapons, and it doesn't look like there are any. You can't go to the armory in between. You can, however, replace generals and replace lost men. Yeah, so no matter what I do, I'm going to be replacing people that I have to buy weapons for. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll put in, get these guys up to 575. And I'm just trying to replace a few things here. Let me look for anybody who's particularly weak. You can see my second corps has, for the most part, hardly been engaged at all. And this part of the battle is going to be basically a bloodbath for the Confederates. I'm going to win handily. I'm not too worried about that. So I guess, honestly, there's probably not a lot that I need to do. Really just need to make sure I've got enough supply. So I'll just go ahead and put what remaining money I have back into supply, and we'll jump back into this thing. Alright, so there we have it. We've got them by more than 2 to 1. I've got them by more than 2 to 1 on guns, and I hold the strong defensive position. This is where I'm really going to inflict some serious casualties on the Confederate Army. So really, I just want to make sure real quick that I am set up defensively the best way I can. At some point, he's going to come at me over here, so... Let me make sure I'm in a good position. Let's get these guys over here. I'm going to get this artillery up here. I'll bring the supplies up here too, just to keep them safer. And then otherwise, I think I'm in a pretty good position. Let me make sure that the units that are on front lines are the bigger ones, like right here. Let's replace Elder with Frank, which I can't do until I actually... Oh, he's not actually in a fortification there. I thought he was. Okay. Same thing here. We're going to pull Kitching out, replace him with Shaw. I just want to get some of the stronger units on the line where possible, because they're the ones going to be taking the brunt of things. Same thing here. These guys have 1842s, so I'm going to get a bigger unit on the line. Pond. Alright, here they come. So as of now, I've got about a 33,300 man advantage. Or 39,300, so not quite a full 40,000 man advantage, but that's going to change quickly here. Here it comes. This is going to be interesting because he's thrown a lot at one spot, so I'm certainly outnumbered. Where's my cavalry? Oh, they're over here. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring the cavalry out. I want to get them in a position where maybe they can do some good. Wow, he's throwing everything he's got at this side. I don't know what else is out here, but let's see if we can't get out on his flank. While the rest of these guys just hang on for dear life, let's get these supplies back from the front line. Alright, there is another brigade coming in, so this flank attack idea may not work out. But we'll see what we can do here. Let's see what all's going on over on this side too. Alright, see how the numbers look now? Just about up to 40,000 in terms of my advantage. So already very one-sided casualties. I just need to make sure these guys stay in supply and we should be in good shape. John Brown's Barkers are up to 900 kills for the battle. Definitely going to easily clear 1,000. Gotta love those 20-pounders. Can't wait to get him up to a 3-star unit. By the time the end of the war comes along, he's going to be really racking up the kills. Okay, so I would like to come down here and maybe get on his flank, but I think the current movement here is going to prevent that, at least for the time being. But I'm not going to worry too much about what's happening over there. I want to focus mostly on where the main attack's coming. And I'm going to bring the cavalry down closer here and look for an opportunity to get into him on this side. Keep supply up close to the front as much as possible. This artillery is taking a beating, and they may need to pull them back. What are these? 12-pounders. Alright, if there's nothing else over here, then this cavalry should have a field day with these units. I'm going to bring Frank out to help deal with these guys while I hit these two with cavalry. Of course, cavalry doesn't operate particularly well in these woods, but wow, that guy disintegrated in a hurry. A lot faster than I expected him to. Got 2 hours to go. And those guys are gone. And there's only one left here. He's got no other support over on his left. Everything's concentrated up here. Now he's coming at me on the other side over here. Actually, that's fine, because now what I'll do is I'll bring Appler and Grigsby down and hit these guys on their flank. Ooh. Shaw just routed. These fortifications are always tough, because they're not always the best way to align your troops. Nicholas is really taking a beating, but he's inflicting a lot of casualties, so I'm kind of hesitant to pull him out. Alright, that guy's gone. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go down here, try to get through these woods, come around, and see if I can't hit this battery over here. I'm going to bring Timony down, see if I can hit that battery there. See what the numbers look like. Okay, I'm now at about a 43,000 man advantage, so the casualties are just continuing to tick up in my favor. I wonder if we can take out General Hardee. Not that it necessarily matters a whole lot, because he's nowhere near his troops. Alright, we got another guy that fell out of his fortifications, but I'm inclined to just kind of leave that fortification open. Actually, let's get Scales over here. That's the guy I want. Nothing even happening on this end of the line. Some of these units are going to go through this entire battle without ever losing a man. Like Keyes, Brewster. And some of these units up here are just now getting engaged for the first time. Alright, we need to get down there and deal with these guys. No, not you. I want you to do it. My Gat's going to come over here. Alright, here's all his artillery, and they look largely defenseless. These guys are still trying to catch General Hardee, but I'm not going to worry about that. Stay right here. Alright, I gotta be careful here because he's bringing up some units to help out. Okay, good. I drove that battery off finally. Oh, no, 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 Scales. That's not going to work, dude. Alright, go ahead and get in those fortifications. Alright, I got to be cautious with my cavalry here. I don't want to... Oh, he's pulling everybody off. Okay. Come chase me then. Come this way. Wow, looks like he's calling off his attack. All right. Wonder if I can get across. Yeah, I can. There is a place to cross over here. Alright, Timony's going to run into a little problem here because he's coming up on a couple of brigades that outnumber him. Yeah, he's getting routed. I expected that. That's okay. My Gat, hang right there. Where's my cavalry? Just got to keep an eye on their condition. I don't want them to be exhausted when they get over there. Now that my cavalry disappeared, looks like he's going to renew his attack. Alright, Nicholas, you've done enough, buddy, but I don't want you to lose any more than you've already lost. Wow, he's shifting everybody up this way now. Interesting. So I think we'll do the same. I'm gonna isolate and try to. I got an hour left. I want to see how much of this part of his army I can destroy. I've got him by 46,000 now. Oh, there's somebody over here. Oh, yeah. He's got a unit sitting in fortifications. Now, any one of my... No, hold back, hold back. Any one of my cavalry on their own would get decimated by these guys, but 2,000 of them together should be able to have some success. Irish Brigade's doing pretty well up here. They're one of my few 3-star units. You can see how that affects things, even outnumbered. Alright, now that we're getting all of them in on this melee, they should be able to deal with these guys. Alright, had a little glitch there. Irish Brigade's driving off 2 brigades over here. Let's let them come in and help out with Trig now. What's going on down here? Shermer's not having the best day, so let's get him some help. One of my cavalry units just got driven off, but let's see how the others are doing. They're doing okay, the rest of them. Problem is, these guys are in fortifications. Okay, now they're getting out of the fortifications, so that should improve the number of casualties I inflict. Timony's just having a rough day. I don't want to get the Irish Brigade too far out in front here because he's subject to a flank attack if that's the case. He's getting hit by artillery too. He's got another unit over here I didn't see. There we go. Actually going to turn Trig on these guys now. Wow, this is just a complete mess right now with everything that's going on all over the place. I gotta watch these supplies. Alright, there we go. We drove these guys off. He's sending everybody over here now. I gotta be really cautious with these supplies. Now he's sending another brigade. I mean, I probably could have played it conservative and just kept everybody right here and just played defense the whole time and done pretty well for myself, but I wanted to get a little aggressive on this last phase of the battle. Alright, let's get my cavalry to safety now. He's sending more brigades up this way. I'm going to pull my artillery out too. Alright. Got a surrendered unit. There's 753 more men from my force pool. Oh, but my artillery's going the wrong direction. Not cool, guys. Not cool. So we gotta send these guys over to protect them. I gotta watch this unit that's coming. Only 20 minutes left. And he's, I mean, gosh, he's down to 15,000 men on the battlefield. I've got them outnumbered by 50,000. Alright, we'll turn the Irish Brigade around, try to hit these guys that are charging at me. Oh, I just lost one of my cavalry units. I did get a little too aggressive with the cavalry, and it cost me. Alright, Irish Brigade, hold right there. Jeez. Yeah, I really got myself in a mess over here. That was not a good strategy on my part as far as how I laid out my army. I should have just had a nice solid line right here, going right from here up through here, and I wouldn't have got myself in the mess that I'm in now. End result's going to still be a nice solid victory for myself. Just captured another unit. Just suffered a few extra casualties here at the end that I probably did not need to suffer. But here's the end result. 16,400 casualties for myself. Remember at the beginning of episode 1 of this battle, my goal was a 2-to-1 casualty rate. Definitely exceeded that. I got darn near up to 3-to-1. He lost 1,800 in his artillery. I lost 25 guns. He lost 73. So here's what I want to see is what did I capture? So I grabbed 7,800 Enfields. That's really nice. That's a nice haul to replace some of my older weapons that I have in the field. Grab some supplies. Grab some Sharps 1855s. 20 Napoleons between what I captured and what I rescued. Number of other things. So that's the first decent haul of weapons that I've gotten. I rescued well over 5,000 Springfield 42 and 55s. So a good day in terms of the weaponry, so that's good. Also gained a number of new generals out of all this, a bunch of major generals. So I'm going to start to run into the issue where I'm going to have major generals in charge of brigades, but there's just nothing I can do to avoid that at this point. Alright. So let's see where things stand. Now we're going to be going into the Chancellorsville campaign. I'm going to start putting points into medicine. Because at this point, I'm doing just fine in terms of the number of troops. And that's only going to increase now with some of these smaller battles that I have to fight. Let's see, we've got Suffolk, Nansemond River, and Supply Raid. Supply Raid, if I remember right, that might be the battle where I actually don't use any of my own troops. But that might be before Gettysburg, I don't remember. Yeah, it is. So I'm using 6,200 up against 7,500 of his. So I may wait on that one and do some of the other ones first. So his full army now is at 91 to 96K. Let's see what I can put into the field right now. I've got about 46, 56, 64. Again, I can still put in over 100,000. And, of course, I'm going to want to spend some of these. I'm going to probably pick up some more 20-pound parrots. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm going to go here. Let's get 12 more of those because, tell you what, let's go and look real quick at the unit, John Brown's Barkers, the first debut of 20-pound parrots. And as you can see, they didn't lose a man, and they caused 1,141 kills because they get to sit back at a distance, and they can really do some damage. Now, I am definitely going to get them a better leader. Let's see, efficiency is at 63. Let's see what happens if I get them a brigadier general, if that goes up. No, it actually didn't. So I guess they're actually okay with a colonel in command. There's no benefit to having a higher ranking officer there. Hopefully we'll get them up to 3 stars, and then we can really do some damage. All right, so I'll probably do Nansemond River next. So I'll take 14 brigades into that assault. And I'll have to decide what I want to use. I think I remember this battle. And it's one of those ones that you can outnumber him pretty good and really just kind of destroy his whole army. So I may go with the 2nd Corps for this one. Use a lot of my green troops and try to get them some experience. Wow. Oh, these are the ones with the 1861s. That's why. Okay. We're going to keep 2,000 men in that brigade rather than 2,500 just because they're using expensive weaponry. I may replace these guys with, or replace these guys' weapons with, I can't go MS and G, or MJ and G because I don't have enough of them. Springfield 1855s, though. I'm going to go 3rd Division, 2nd Corps Assault, because I want to know which ones are my assault units, because I'm going to need them when I'm attacking this fort. .32 Assault B, we'll call those guys. These guys are also 1842s. I don't really need that many 1842s. Let's put them up here and call them the 1-2 Assault. These guys have Harper's Ferries. Trying to go veteran as much as I can with some of these units, because right now I'm feeling like quality over quantity is the way that I want to go with this. And I'm going to go with long range, yeah, 20 pounders, 24 pounders, 10 pounders, units that that I can keep back and don't have to have up close to the action when I'm making my assault. Oh yeah, that's my 1861s. Alright, so I think I'm pretty well ready to go. That's 14 brigades. That's what I'm able to take into that battle. So let's see what it looks like now. And then we'll kind of wrap this up and come back another time with that battle. So we're going to have 29,000 up against 18,000. I've got 72 guns, but they're long-range guns that should be able to do really well in this assault. So we'll come back next time with that one. As always, thank you guys for all the great comments. Appreciate you showing me the love by saying that you were glad to have me back, and I'm hitting the road again tomorrow. By the time you see this video, it won't be tomorrow, it'll be today, but I am off to a little town called Booker, Texas, which is north of Amarillo, up on the Texas-Oklahoma line. I'll be speaking in schools there, and then I will be off to southern Indiana after that for a day. Then I'll be home for about 3 days, and then I've got a long, long week in northern Nevada ahead, but I will have my computer with me, and I'll be able to shoot some videos there. So, as always, thank you for all your support. If you want to consider an additional way of supporting, check out the Patreon link below. You can also follow me on Twitter and all those places like that. Twitter is the best way to get notified when a new video goes live. It always goes right on Twitter, so check that out. If you'd hit that thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. If you are still considering subscribing and you haven't done that yet, I'd appreciate that as well. Thank you guys. We'll see you again soon.